Back with you. Tim's in a trade over there. AI Trading Futures, Tim and Jim. We got the 4 AI in the house. We're up 8,800 on the day. Watch the previous videos of all the trades that we did, including the one trade that we did overnight. We had 550 this morning to 726 when I closed at 53.75. In the regular session, we made the rest of that. So 53.75. We made 34.25 thus far in the regular session after commissions. I just zeroed that out because it's Friday and it's the end of the month. So I don't even want to tell you how much I took out. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. But just to know that if you get good at this, you don't have to worry about a regular job anymore. I'm not giving you advice or telling you what to do. This is for entertainment and education only. It's high risk, but it can be done. Go out there to the website, grab the freebies. It is going to require your email address. I'm not going to spam you. I'm going to send you an email notification. Here we go. I should have taken that. This has got a nice little ASHE play on the ASHE 30, which just now coming through the 20 EMA. So if we want to do the ASHE right now, what I want to do is watch this candle that's forming on the 1 minute. I want it to pull back up into itself so I get a better entry. If not, I've missed it. The entry would have been the break of the previous candle. I'll go ahead and do it. We'll just take a runner. We're up. Let's just see if we can get through the VWAP.
It's scalped out $80.
So we can get through the VWAP there. What I'd like to have done is taken it at the break of the previous candle's low, so I have a little more favorable entry. And I'm not going to DCA. I'd rather just take a loss here. So I'm just trying to catch an ASHE run so you guys can see it. And so over on the 30 seconds on the ASHE, we're just going to let it go. Oh, the VWAP, man. I'm going to close it out right there, you guys. $125, just one lot. Reason being is I didn't get a good entry. Let me show you guys this. I'm going to pop you some lines. Had I been watching, I was talking and scanning and talking about the week and looking at my account de Monet. But like right through your 20 EMA and then the break of that wick right there, that's just a setting in a lower low. That's healthy in a sell-off, right? So you got lower highs and you got lower lows. But this one had impulse because Bookmap up here, Bookmap was telling us, hey, this particular down candle has a little more momentum than the previous ones. And you could tell by the small bodies as well, right? And so then what I did was I said, I'll take that, but I got in late. I didn't get filtered down here. And so I just rode that to a little bit of a wick through the VWAP, but I don't mind getting back in. Like if this candle will pull back to the EMAs and then, or like these three. So your impulse candles always are going to be negated at some point. Some people say fair value gap or whatever. I don't know the phenomenon. And I don't know who's right, if ICT is right, or if the old school guys at SBG is right, but I just know from trading a lot that big impulse candles are usually met with another impulse candle or another series of candles to negate most of the move. That doesn't mean that if you pop a line, you're just still on your trend lines. Remember, you can still be old school trading here. You don't have to have AI to pop trend lines and say, all right, I want to get in this move. There's my trend line. So look, that impulse candle got away from me. Now that we have Bookmap, we know why. We know we had a volume pressure imbalance. The price change said we were going to be going that direction. And then it actually proved to be the case. But now you could go to your old school stuff. You got your EMAs. You could pop an old school trend line right here. If this just pulls right back into the EMAs and trend line, like in that area right there, and your ASHEs is still showing you that you are okay for a short, you could add to a position right there, even without Bookmaps. You can add to a position right there. But if it goes against you, you get out instantly, and that's how you have the smallest stops. When you chase stuff, you're literally buying it at the extremes. That's when they say chase, what they mean is, oh, I'm missing this up run. Let me buy there. Well, it can pull back against you right there. You want to wait for a pullback consolidation and then have a reason and a likelihood to get a better entry to the direction that you think it's going to go. And that's what I told you. I didn't take it because I'm talking to you guys. It pulled right into the EMAs. I should have added another one right there, rolled right back over, right through VWAP, because this is a short-term sell-off. The ASHE candles are red like they're supposed to be, which is confirming it. Everything lined right up. I don't like the RSI being that down there, but it could just keep on going. Like yesterday, it went down into the zero, 08s and stuff like that. So that's how you would play that. That's the best education I can give you right there for how you could get into a move that's already occurred. But this move, look, rotated over right here. I'm gonna show you the total move on your ASHI. Right there's your break of structure, and you're good. You still have really no reason. You could have got stopped out there, depending on if you was using the 20 at that point. Once you get a bunch of money made, you can just start moving your stops up the EMAs, the red, white, blue, 5, 10, 20, right? And so, like, all right, I'm in the money. I'm not going to just do a little break of structure on a 30-second candle. That's how I would think. But that's still 50 points had you done that. But had you let your 20 EMA be your new stop loss because you had so much money made, you'd still be in it, and you're down here at 82 points. That's 82. That's 82 times 20 bucks. 282s, right? $1,640. We're seeing this happening many times a day. Here, we got Tim's stuck in one mode over there. He's stuck in a sea green, tape green, and he's not coming from. He's doing all of them. He's wearing a bunch of different professional sport hats, but meaning trading different things. He trades a lot of stocks in his portfolio. And what he'll do is just use what the cash value is to buy like 100 shares of Google on rotational dips, sell that, make a few $100. And then on his underlying that he keeps, he's rotating like me. We're rotating covered calls. And so we're always selling covered calls. I like doing it on the TSLL. Hey, Cronus. I like doing it on the TSLL. That's a 2X, Dextron 2X on Tesla. And you look at it, it's basically exactly 2X on Tesla. And because it has weekly options expiration, so you could basically, I call it houses. Every 100 shares you got is one house. And when you accumulate 100 shares at different price ranges, that means you got a rental house in different types of neighborhoods. That's called a ladder, wheel and ladder. And that's what we do. We do wheel and ladder. We set, sometimes I can't sell all my covered calls. Like I'm not going to sell covered calls on everything if I've got, 400 shares sitting out there that I bought at $22 when we're trading at $17.67. But I have now got shares at 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, and 22. And so that's my ladders. And I'm trying to fill in all price ranges. And then you look at your 52-week high and low, and you take off 20% from the top and 20% from the bottom. And then I like to have, at least 100. I prefer 200. I got 200 at most levels. So 200 each level. That way, if the price pulls back on you and your RSI comes down, you still can sell covered calls against that tranches, okay? If it goes up, you sell your covered calls against that tranches, and usually all of it, because your higher price neighborhoods are what's affected in the pullback, but your lower price neighborhoods are not affected in a breakout. So basically, when you're breaking out, you get to sell covered calls against all of your shares. And when you pull back, you only sell it against the shares in those price zones. So in those neighborhoods, houses in those neighborhoods. I got a whole guide written about that. You may not want to trade futures like this at all. You may want to just still keep your job, and you may want to do that. It's called Covered Calls and Options Swing Guide. And that's, you're not buying the options. You're accumulating the underlying stock. Or you could do long-term leap. You can get a long-term leap, LEAP. Look up poor man's covered calls. That's what it's called. That's in here though. In my guide, I have it, how to do that. And that's when you buy a leap 2 years out, 3 years out, and then you own that leap, and then you sell covered calls against your own leap. It's called the poor man's covered call because it does not require you to own the underlying stock. You own the options on that stock way out. A lot of people do that with something that has biweekly options expirations. So anyway, you can do all that research, but there's free guides out there. This will at least get you started. Guide number 4, at least get you started, get your curiosity going, and then you can start doing your own research. Not advice, entertainment, and education only. See what I mean? We're just following that trend line down. This trade now would put you in that 86 points. Break of structure. Where did the break of structure happen? Right there. Break of structure through the EMAs and right on, right? Just right on, man. Love it. We're 8,800, but we just did what, 135? What did we get out of that last trade? Did y'all, anybody notice the points on it? Did we look at it yet? Did we even look at it, y'all? Move these over there. All right, I'm trying to line this up to be exactly precise. My OCD came out right there, didn't it? All right, let's go ahead and take a look, you guys, see what it did here. I'll do this, and then we're going to cut this video, cut bait, go to the next one. Buddy, did he eat yet? All right, so not bad, you guys. Look at that. Nice little trade. Shorted it at 854. I covered at 847. Just one lot. That was more than 130. That was a good slippage. That's why I had to look at them. Two good trades in a row. Just doing one. Keeping my risk very low today. And let's see here. 7. That's what it looks like. So 7. Yeah, I got $5 more than I thought. The last one was 28.33. Nice little 4.75 points. But I already counted for it though. But 4.75. I think I only counted that as 4. 95. Oh well, it's just gonna make me overdraw a little bit from what I moved. I thought I got 130. Hang on, I wrote it down 97. I wrote down 130. I should have audited that. All right, so I'm off by $25 or $35. Off by $35. So I'll make this 140 down by 35. I'll make this 105. Now my tally would be right. 105. So my totals will be right. And I can pull my logs later. All right. AI Trading Futures. Here we are. We're trying to find a trade here. The VWAP now is going to be that VWAP. I bet you it's going to be that sideways VWAP. It's 4 minutes after 10. We should be trading. I'm not going to do it. Almost jumped in right there because the book maps look good. Yes. We got the Schnauzer in the house, everybody. I'll be right back. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below. We're just showing you what we do. Can't give you advice and education, entertainment. But more importantly, over everybody else, I'm trying to encourage people to utilize this powerful AI tools that's relatively nothing. I'm paying, less than $30 a month for all 4. We got Grok, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini. To watch any of the other videos, read any of the story at the website, you know how we got there. We had a competition with all AI. They couldn't vote on themselves. We let the AI themselves vote on the quality of the questions and answers after they gave me the questions, all pertaining to day trading and stock trading and options and selling covered calls and things like that. And then we got down to the top 5, and I decided I made a decision that I wanted to just have 4 because I want them to be in the 4 corners of the screen on the YouTube channel. And then among that 4, the winners were the 4 I have on all kind of levels and all kind of very high-end mathematics and trading and this everything. And then they picked who was going to do what roles and who was going to be their CEO. They picked Steve at Grok to be their CEO, the chairman of the board, chief executive officer. I am the chairman of the board. She's the chief executive officer. My wife is the president and CFO. And yeah, that's it. Be right back in the next one. Use your AI.